Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about airsoft websites, which we prefer and which websites we would not recommend to anyone. We're going to be judging these websites by their customer service, their selection of guns, ammo, and gear, as well as the organization of their site, which includes the pictures, information, looks of the website, as well as the uniformity of the entire website. I'm going to start off with the websites we don't usually prefer. The first one is Speck Airsoft. Very unknown. They're better known as God's Airsofters on YouTube. Now I'm not trying to hate on them. They have great reviews and everything, but their website is very weird. It's a new website, so I can understand why it looks unorganized and everything. But right when you open the site up, it looks like it's falling apart. There's pictures missing, there's huge blank spaces everywhere, and even the information is extending off the background on the page. It just looks like a mess. Their selection is pretty small. Guns, it's like 58 AEGs, which is a very limited selection. I haven't ordered there ever, so I can't really say anything about their customer service. So if any of you have ordered from aspectairsoft.com, let me know how it was. I'm not trying to hate them or anything, but from what I can tell, they're not very reliable, and their customer service might lack from the looks of their website in general. The second website I want to talk about is airsplat.com. Now, everybody wants to hate on Airsplat. So many bad experiences from several different people that I've heard of. But beginners are lured to Airsplat for some strange reason. I think it's because of the advertisements that they place everywhere on airsoft videos, on YouTube, etc. But my message to those of you who are out looking for a gun is not to get anything from Airsplat, period. Their organization is out of control. It's so difficult to find even just a regular list of AEGs that I can look from to see if I'm interested in any guns or whatever. I made an order 2 years ago for my first airsoft gun, and the information they gave me was complete BS. I'm going to throw it out there right now. The gun that came was nothing like they said it would be, which I should have assumed back then, but being a beginner, I was very disappointed. But anyhow, their information has gotten much better. As you can see here, there's standard information that's given under all the gun descriptions and things like that. But their customer service is still poor quality. I've heard of things, missing parts from guns, missing guns completely, different guns than what they ordered. The list just goes on and on. So my general message is to stay away from Airsplat for that reason. The next and final bad website I would like to talk about will be shocking to many of you. It's a powerhouse in the airsoft community, Evite.com or AirsoftPost.com. They have great selection, probably one of the best in the country, or maybe even the world. The organization is a little messy, but it's tolerable. Now, everything's great up until you get up to the service. Even though they do offer the free shipping, their handling takes forever, especially if you're in the East Coast, because it takes weeks to get anything you ordered. Their customer service is hell. I have had 3 times actually. They've had placed things on back order without even letting me know. And then I go and look at the products that are on back order because they don't have it in stock, and they don't even mark it off that it's out of stock. How misleading can you be to your consumers? And it screws up the whole entire order, and then they want you to go and cancel that one item that's on back order, and then they, without even telling you, throw on shipping costs and fees once you take that item off. It's unbelievable. I've had, the last order I made there was one of our team members, Paul, ordered a Delta ring, and he got the completely wrong product, completely wrong part. He didn't even have any need for it. And I ordered a magazine for my G36, and it does not even fit my gun because it wasn't the brand that I needed. Unbelievable. It's not even worth going into with Evite. Their selection is very tempting because they have a lot of guns and equipment that most sites don't even have. But it's unbelievable how much you can get screwed over by Evite. So I'm sorry, Evite, but you're not making my list. The next topic I would like to address are the websites that we're kind of indifferent about. We haven't really ordered from any of these sites that we're about to mention, but we just want to get their names out there so you guys can discuss among yourselves which of these are good, or if they're all good, and which are bad. So the first one is AirsoftCarolina.com. Now I think we all know who Crazy NC Man is. He works there. He's one of the original airsofters on YouTube, so he's pretty reliable. Very straightforward in his videos, as you can tell if you watch them. Their selection is pretty good for intermediate and professionals. Not so much for beginners, but that doesn't really matter at this point. Airsoft Atlanta is along with Crazy NC Man. They have a beautiful front page here. Just gorgeous. It really looks like high tech and everything. About the same as Airsoft Carolina's selection, and it's also very organized. Now both Airsoft Carolina and Airsoft Atlanta are nice for the East Coast because they're one of the few airsoft shops who ship nationally, but aren't from, say, California like Evite or AirsoftGI.com, is. So that's nice for us over here on the East Coast. The next one I want to talk about is PyramidAirsoft.com. They've gotten a lot better. I remember looking at their air site like a year and a half ago, and it was extremely unorganized, but it looks a lot better now. Smaller selection than what the powerhouses of Airsoft, but nonetheless, I can't really say anything about their customer service or pretty much anything else. So you guys can talk about that. And the last one is AirsoftStation.com, which is growing in popularity. Not sure of what they're about. Never ordered from them again. Their website kind of looks flashy here. Like everything's colorful and stuff like that. But you can't really judge it on that so far. So these two that I just mentioned aren't really high-end websites, but they're getting up there in popularity. So help me out with those in the comment section. Now, finally, started some positive websites. The first one I want to talk about is airarmory.com, based in New Jersey. It's a smaller website, as you can tell, but we use it for gear and things like that. They don't have many guns, but their gear is pretty good. They have Pantac, Condor, anything you can really think of. And it's right in New Jersey, so that's nice for us on the East Coast. Something that I like about it, though, is that it's not one of those larger websites where you have hundreds of people buying from there a week. This is a smaller business that you can actually just call up and ask them if they're in stock of something without having to go through a bazillion different operators and things like that. So that's nice how you can personalize and you can actually talk to the business owners and things like that who are just trying to, kickstart their business up. So that's why we use it. Coming fourth on our list is hitguns.com. It's another airsoft store based in California. They have a decent selection. Mostly guns, though. The gear, not so much. They have a few amount of pieces of gear that's on their website. But they do have a lot of guns, so that's okay. They just redid their site, too. So it looks great. It wasn't bad before, but now with the new detail and everything, it looks really, really good. Another thing that I like is that they've copyrighted all of their images. There are images that they took in their studios, so it really benefits the website and its look. One problem they did have, it's not as bad as anymore, is they are out of stock on a lot of things, and it takes a while for them to restock, but they've gotten that under control within the past couple of months. I've bought several things from Hit Guns, and I've used their free shipping over $100. Might be 150 now. I'm not sure, but I've used Hit Guns several times, and it's worked out really well. They're speedy with the shipping and handling, so I'd say Hit Guns is a pretty good bet when you're trying to buy something. In our third place spot, we have AirsoftMixed.com, from whom we've made several orders. They have good selections for all players, whether or not they're a beginner, intermediate player, or professional. And this is another site based out of California. It's growing in popularity, though. It's another site that just got redone, too, just like Hit Guns, and looks pretty good. They have a lot of options on the side menu on their homepage that really narrows down selections. It's almost like an advanced search, but it makes browsing through guns actually kind of enjoyable, because you can see all the different kinds of guns and models that you like. They have amazing deals on their magazines, though. I mean, $3 to $4 lower than places like Airsoft GI or Godfather or anywhere. So we've made a lot of Airsoft magazine orders from there. And their shipping is actually pretty good too. I mean, we're all the way over on the East Coast, and they're based in California, and it got here within a week, and that's pretty incredible when you think about the distance that needs to be traveled there with regular shipping, which is also free if it's over, I believe, $150. So I think they deserve third place spot and more. Yeah, it's a great website to check out if you can. In our second place spot is GodfatherAirsoft.com. It's right near us in New Jersey, and I mean, their store is incredible. They just bought a new store, and man, they have a gun wall it's like heaven. But anyway, what's interesting about Godfather Airsoft is that they have one of the largest outdoor arenas in the world that they just purchased. I know that doesn't really have much to do with their website, but I mean, these guys are committed to airsoft. Their selection online is smaller than the one in their store, but they are adding on more equipment and guns every day and improving the quality of their website. They have free shipping on orders over $150, a lot like other websites. And a cool thing that I've never seen before is they extend the manufacturer warranty on guns by 3 times. And that's really helpful, especially if you get a Landon or something. But they also do custom work at the request of the consumer for extra money, obviously. And although their site looks less than stellar, it's still pretty good. And I would absolutely recommend this growing website to anybody who's looking for new guns or equipment. For first place, I think a lot of you saw this coming, especially for the guys who have worked with me before and gotten help from me. AirsoftGI.com. Airsoft GI is like no other website. Their organization is about as good as it can get, and their website just looks sweet. It's easy to use. They definitely utilize their good cameras for every single piece of equipment they have. They have multiple pictures for them, so you can get a really you can be pretty confident in what you're buying. They have shipping is free over $100, which is $50 less than most other websites, like I said before. They have a great selection in everything, even like the most minimal, obscure category that you can think of, they'll probably have it, which is incredible. Their quality assurance is superb. If you've ever bought a gun there, they test everything and sign it, just so you don't get a crappy gun. And their custom guns that they make are incredible. It's a brand in itself. So I think GI no doubt takes the top dog. So that's it for the Airsoft websites that we're going to be doing today. I know a lot of you are going to argue these, and I know this was a long video, but there's a lot of information that needs to be presented when talking about Airsoft sites. I wanted to back up my opinions with information and references, and I hope that this was helpful. Post any comments of any arguments you want to make, but try to make them somewhat decent We don't just need anybody trampling on our videos. So try to be helpful to other people and be courteous. Thanks.